Well, just because you never see it, just because you never discuss it, just because you can't believe it, doesn't mean it's not happening.
Those statements are on the cover of a brochure for the Wicomico Child Advocacy Center. It's the organization's way of saying protecting children from abuse is everyone's responsibility. With us this afternoon are Meredith Miller from the Wicomico Child Advocacy Center and Jamie Dykes, who is the interim state's attorney. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and you are working really hard to get the word out.
That is correct.
What's going on? What are you doing?
So for this month, April is always nationally recognized as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. It's a time for us to educate our community, bring more awareness to our community. It's also a time to recognize staff that are doing the great work that they are doing to protect the children of this community. So far, we've had several events. We also decorated the downtown plaza. So if you go downtown, you'll see a bunch of ribbons tied onto the trees and blue lights and signs to just kind of, get the community aware of the Child Advocacy Center is here, and we would like their involvement to help protect children.
Right.
And as you can see, we have the blue ribbons on today. Thank you for bringing those in for us. So what is the Child Advocacy Center?
The Child Advocacy Center is a multidisciplinary partnership of the Wicomico County State's Attorney's Office, Wicomico County Sheriff's Office, Salisbury Police Department, the Department of Social Services, the Life Crisis Center, and our medical provider is Dr. Jennifer Wayberg. We work together to investigate, prosecute, and treat victims of child abuse.
Okay, so if there is a report of abuse, what's the process? What happens then?
So if a teacher or a medical provider, they are well trained and know well how to make that report. They call the CAC, make a report. An intake worker will take the information and screen that case appropriately. Mm-hmm. If a private individual suspects abuse or neglect, they should remain calm. If a child makes a disclosure to them, don't ask too many questions. Then also contact the Child Advocacy Center. An intake worker will request and take information from them, and the case will be screened appropriately. And in all likelihood, when it meets the criteria, a law enforcement officer and a child protective services worker will respond out to begin the investigation.
Because a child bringing this up to an adult, it shouldn't be taken lightly, should it?
No, no. Children often, when they disclose, they're feeling the person out. They're seeing what response they're going to get as to, they're called tentative disclosures, and often disclosures are not full. They're going to, if you're mom, I'm going to tell you a little bit, gauge your response to that to determine how much I'm going to tell you, or if I'm going to shut down entirely and not tell you at all.
Right,
wow.
Right. All right, so Wicomico does prosecute in these cases of child abuse. Is that correct?
Yes. There were many challenges to prosecuting cases of child abuse and neglect. First and foremost, children often delay disclosure of abuse. Therefore, oftentimes there is no physical evidence to be obtained, like DNA, things that we would normally have if an adult were a victim. And then we have that children are often under the control and vulnerable, under the control of their offenders and vulnerable in that situation to determine when it's safe for them to disclose and what the repercussions will be as a result of that. And if people don't understand how children disclose, that they're tentative disclosures, that they're feeling you out, it can be challenging.
Yeah.
It can be challenging.
Okay. So what can we do if we suspect that a child's being abused?
You can make a report to the Department of Social Services, let them be the ones to go out, interview the child.
Don't ask any more questions to...
No, it's not recommended to ask a lot of questions. Just get the general information, the child's name and things like that. And if the child tells you any information, just to report that. But we don't recommend to,
try to find
ask
out yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
So one thing you're trying to do is get the word out that the CAC does exist in Wicomico County, and you have an open house coming up.
Yes,
Tell
we
me
do.
about that.
We have an open house on Friday, April the 20th from 2 to 5. It's a drop-in, so if you want to stop in at any time, all of the staff is going to be there, as well as other people from the community are going to be there. It's a time to gather information, meet the staff, ask any questions that you may have, as well as come see our facility. We've done some painting, we've done some changing in our agency, so we're really excited about that, as well as we'll have a lot of information material that people can take with them.
All right, and that is not coincidentally on the same Friday as Third Friday in downtown Salisbury, right?
Yes, we did that because it is the first Third Friday, and we will have a table set up at Third Friday so people can come to the open house and then go over to Third Friday and have some fun.
Excellent.
Sounds good. All right, Meredith Miller,
Thank
Jamie
you so
Dykes,
much.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
coming on,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for all the important work you do for our community.
Absolutely.
Thank you.